Coming up on NewsTeam Boulder, the presidential debate is tonight. CU students will be watching closely. After backlash, changes to the public health order. And will there be CU football this fall? All this and more on NewsTeam Boulder.
From the Roser Atlas Center and the College of Media, Communication, and Information, this is NewsTeam Boulder.
Hello and welcome to NewsTeam Boulder. I'm Kylie Westhoff. Eyes around the nation will tune into 2020's first presidential debate. At 7 p.m. Mountain Time, President Trump and former Vice President Biden will have 90 minutes to discuss 6 topics. The topics include Trump and Biden records, the Supreme Court, COVID-19, the economy, race and violence in our cities, and election integrity. Here in Boulder, election integrity is particularly important. Voters in Colorado rely on voting by mail to have their voices heard. Many CU students are concerned about getting their ballots counted. You can watch the debate with your fellow Buffs remotely. The debate watch party will be held on Zoom starting tonight at 6:30. The event will feature live polling questions and a guest speaker. Get the Zoom link at colorado.edu. The Boulder County Public Health Order issued last week prohibited gatherings of any size for 18 to 22-year-olds. But one thing was overlooked. Our reporter, Courtney Aiken, is in the field to tell us more.
After scrutinization from students, parents, and Colorado news outlets, the City of Boulder has decided to loosen the reins on CU students aged 18 to 22. Yesterday's amendment to the original public health order issued last Thursday allows this age group to now gather in groups of 2. These students are allowed to leave their houses for essential reasons, things like grocery shopping, moving their cars, or appearing in court if necessary. According to Boulder County, the primary reason for this amendment is so that these young adults feel safe within their community. Today was originally supposed to mark the tail end of a 2-week online stint for CU students. However, because of this new amendment, we may be online for the foreseeable future. Kylie?
All these restrictions on students and their education have made them rethink their enrollment. Anayeli Villalobos has the latest on how you can withdraw from classes.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by the pandemic outbreak in CU Boulder this semester? Because we know Zoom or remote classes might be challenging during this pandemic situation. I'm gonna tell you how to withdraw for the full semester and get a 60% refund. The first thing you have to do is check with your academic advisor about any potential impact on your academic requirements. Then you have to fill and submit a withdrawal form to the Office of Registration. Follow the withdrawal checklist to verify if you have to contact any additional office about your decision to avoid any future issues. You also need to continuously monitor your student account to resolve any to-do items or holds for the next semester. Remember, September 29th is the last day to get a 60% refund. If you are unable to fulfill the requirements by this date, you can still get a 40% refund if you drop by October 7th. Keep in mind that there are different withdrawal guidelines for every student. So please check the CU Boulder website for more details.
Many students are worried about how the recent stay-at-home order will affect the upcoming football season. We will tell you more about that when we get back.
How dare you disrespect me like that? Do I look like a commingled container to you?
No, you're not real.
The Pac-12 has announced that their previously canceled football season is back starting on November 10th. Teams will play a 7-game season in order to make them eligible for playoff and bowl game consideration. There has been some pushback from the University of Colorado due to the rise in cases since school started on campus. Things are moving in the right direction to see the Buffs take the field in November. Students have been put in isolation for the next 2 weeks, but the university has made a great effort in order to help the students stay connected. Many virtual events in all categories have been opened up to students. You can take a yoga class or join a forum to discuss Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Opportunities are endless for students to stay connected to their community. Jared Polis announced that bars will not be able to serve alcoholic beverages past 10 p.m. The Colorado Restaurant Association swiftly criticized the governor's decision, citing it as a blow to the already suffering industry. This is an hour earlier than the previous last call permitted. Bars and restaurants are already limited to half capacity and subject to many other restrictions by the state. Coming up after the break, NewsTeam's Chloe Hinson will tell you all you need to know about weather. We'll be right back.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back to NewsTeam Boulder. It's Tuesday, September 29th, and we have our forecast for today and the next few days. Today in Boulder, the high is 80 degrees with lots of sun and a predicted low of 48 degrees, which isn't expected until later in this evening. As for the whole state of Colorado, we're looking at 50s to 60s in the mountains. The eastern half of the state looks a lot warmer in the 70s and 80s, and that includes Boulder, which is currently sitting at 78 degrees. Compared to the rest of the nation, Boulder is having sunny weather. There's a high pressure system right over Colorado causing sunshine and warm temperatures. On the other hand, most of the eastern part of the country is seeing a lot of rain. There's a giant cold front sweeping from Canada down to the Gulf of Mexico. This is causing heavy rain on the East Coast as well as the upper Midwest. On the West Coast, you can see a few low pressure centers, which mean we may be seeing lower temperatures as the week goes on, but we'll keep you updated. Tomorrow in Boulder, it will be slightly cooler than it is today, with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 42 degrees. The sun is not going anywhere for the next few days. Looking at the forecast for the next 4 days, as you can see, the temperature hardly falls below 70 degrees. This Friday, you might be starting the weekend off with some clouds, but the temperature will stay warm. When we come back, we'll let you know what's happening in the world of sports.
It's getting harder to take care of Mom. I don't know where to turn.
My son has high needs and we need more help. Where do I start?
Every day I'm there for him, but sometimes I need time for me. Caregiving can be tough. Call or visit coloradocaregiving.org to find resources in your community. Get the support you need. Your care may be super, but you're only human. Call or visit coloradocaregiving.org.
NewsTeam has a brand new segment for you. Stay tuned for Vinay's Corner.
Hey Kylie, I know you're a huge Washington Nationals fan. So am I. I've got their World Series pennant up. They won the championship last year. There was another championship last night for hockey this time. That was the Stanley Cup. The Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Dallas Stars in 6 games. And if you look at their celebration, they didn't get to celebrate with the fans in the stadium because, no fans allowed in the bubble. But if we look back at Tampa Bay, there was a lot of celebrating going on, but not a lot of masks, not a lot of social distancing. Yeah, not a great idea. So the Stanley Cup is over, on to the NBA Finals. The Nuggets won't be playing in them because they lost to the Lakers on Saturday. The Lakers were just too much for the Nuggets, too talented of a team. So it's LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers against the Miami Heat. Now you'll remember back in 2010, LeBron took his talents to South Beach to play for the Heat. Pat Riley, the Don, was the guy who brought him there. Well, this time LeBron will be playing against the Heat, and Eric Spoelstra, his old coach. Pat Riley, still the GM, but this time Jimmy Butler is the guy leading the Heat. That should be a fun matchup. It starts tomorrow night at 7 on ABC. I'll be watching. It'll be a lot of fun. I say Miami Heat in 7 just because everyone thinks, they had an easy way to get to the finals, but let's see how it turns out. I say Heat in 7. Put my name on that. A team that won't be playing in the championship will be the Denver Broncos. In football, I said it, it's September, and I'm telling you the Denver Broncos are done. They're 0-3 right now. They lost on Sunday to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's going to be a dumpster fire of a game on Thursday when they're playing the New York Jets. Here's my prediction for that game. I won't be watching. I'm not watching two 0-3 teams play football in prime time. Yeah, not watching. Kylie, maybe if you're watching, you could watch and tell us if Vic Fangio is wearing his mask. He lost a lot of money for not wearing that against the Steelers, right?
Work from home culture seems to have people craving caffeine. In the middle of the pandemic, coffee consumption has been on the rise, and just in time for National Coffee Day. To celebrate, there are special deals at stores including Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, and more. It's been a stressful year, so enjoy a free cup of joe. Thank you so much for joining us. We will leave you with some quiet scenes on the Boulder campus. Stay tuned for another edition of NewsTeam and have a great day.